Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and you're welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to make this cornet gown with a crisscross at the back. So if you're interested, keep watching and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So guys, for this project I'm making use of this red fabrics, about 2 yards. I'll be using it to recreate this gown that I saved on Pinterest. I saved the 2 pictures on Pinterest, and then I have my other materials here. I have a scissors, a thread, and then a zip, and then my chalk, and I have paint here and a ruler, and of course my tape that I'll be marking all the measurements with. So please keep watching. So I've gone ahead to unfold the fabric and then fold from the upper side by 10 inches, which is going to serve as lining for the front piece of the gown. And then the next thing I'm going to do is to still fold again by 2, just the same way you see in this video, and then I'll be inserting all the measurements now. So the first measurement I'm actually going to take is from the shoulder line to my bust point, and then before I place the measurements I will actually be minusing 5 inches from the upper side, which is actually going to be completed with a strap. So I'll mark my 9.5 inches, that's from the shoulder line to my bust point, 9.5, and then from the shoulder to my waistline or half length is about 15 inches, and then I'll be marking from the shoulder to my hip point, which is 23 inches. I'll start from the shoulder line, or you can actually start from the waistline to the hip point. So I have 23 inches. So the next measurement I'll be taking is my full length, and then I'll be pinning everything down so that it doesn't move when I'm like shifting it upward. So I'll pin it so that it doesn't scatter, okay? And then I'll go ahead and move it upward and then insert my full length. And then the full length I'm working with is about 43 inches. That's actually the length I want for my own gown, okay? But you can actually make it longer or shorter depending on your own preference. So in my own case I'm making 44 inches. That's 1 inch for folding allowance for the downside. So the next thing I'm going to do is to just connect all the lines with my ruler from the full length and then from the hip point. And then I'll go ahead and drag it down and then do the same thing to the other point as well. So the next thing I'm going to do is to be dividing my shoulder measurement by 2. My shoulder is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. So I'll go ahead and mark the 7.5 there. And then I will be adding extra half an inch for sewing allowance. So I'll add half an inch, which is about 8 inches. And then I'll be marking my armhole, minusing 5 inches, and then I'll mark the 7.5 inches there. So I'll just go ahead and connect the line to the other side. And then the next thing is to be marking all my round measurements. And my bust measurement is 34 inches, divided by 4 is 8.5, and then I'll mark it and then add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. And then the next measurement is my waist measurement. My waist is 27, divided by 4 is 6.75, and then I'll mark it there and then add extra 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. And then for my hip as well, I will divide it by 4. My hip is 35 inches, divided by 4 is 8.75, so I'll mark it there and then add 1.5 inch for sewing allowance. And the next measurement I'll actually be taking is for the hem of the dress. I'll go ahead and drag the material upwards so I'll be able to insert the measurements. So I will still be inserting my hip measurements, okay? I will insert my hip measurements, which is 8.75, and then I'll add the extra 1.5 inch for sewing allowance, and then extra 1 inch since it's going to be from the hem side, and then I'll actually want it to be free, so I'll go ahead and connect all the points together. So the next thing is to be carving my armhole. I will just go ahead and carve it following the measurement that I marked earlier, and then I'll connect from my bust measurement to the waist, and then from the waist to the hip point, and then all the way down to the hem of the dress. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to be cutting out everything now following the measurement that I actually marked. So guys, I'm actually done cutting the front piece and this is how it looks like. So I'll actually be using the front piece as a template to cut the back piece. I'll fold it into 2 and then fold the back material into 2 just the same way you see me doing in this video. I will actually fold the lining piece in and then place it on the back piece, leaving about 1.5 inch for zip allowance. So for the upper side, it's now actually going to be the same. I'll be folding from the armhole. I will fold in just the same way you see me doing in this video, and then I'll go ahead and cut out everything, leaving zip allowance. And then I'll cut from the upper side, and then every other thing is actually going to be the same apart from the upper side and then the back side. So I will separate the two bags so that I'll be able to fix my zipper later on. So guys, I'm actually done cutting and this is how it looks like. So the next thing I'm going to do is to be cutting this long strap which I'll be using. It's about 1.2 inches, so I'll go ahead and sew it around and then turn it over. So it's actually long enough to go from the front piece of the gown to the back piece, okay? So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to be folding from where I actually notch, from that lining side. I'll fold it in, and then with the right sides facing each other, and then I'll pick one of the strap and then fix it there, just the same way you see. And then I'll fix it there, take it to my sewing machine and sew it from the armhole to the downside, and then I'll still repeat the same process with this other side as well. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. As you can see, I'm done fixing the straps for the both sides. So you see how I actually turn the armhole and then I close up the other side as well. So for the back piece, I actually cut this piece of fabric and then I'll place it facing each other. It's about 6 inches long. So I'll place it facing each other, and then I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew for the upper side and then the sides as well, and then I'll repeat the same process with the other side. So guys, I'm actually done, and then the next thing is to be fixing zipper on the gown. So I'll mark where the zip is actually going to stop, and then I'll mark 1.5 inches which I left for the zip, and then sew and close up the downside. So I'm actually done sewing the zip. As you can see, I'm actually done fixing it. So the next thing is for me to place the two pieces of the gown, the front and the back facing each other, and then I'll insert my measurements, take it to my sewing machine and sew the sides, and then sew the other side as well. So guys, I'm actually done sewing the side, the two sides, as you can see. So the next thing I'm actually going to do is to be folding the downside. So I'll actually fold in by 1/2 inch and then still fold by 1/2 inch and then sew it around on my sewing machine. So guys, I'm actually done sewing the downside, as you can see. So the next thing I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to be fixing the strap for the back side. So guys, I've actually tried it on my body to mark where the strap is actually going to stop. So I've actually cut the excess out. So I'm marking from the zip allowance outward by 3.5 inches on the gown. I'll mark from this other side as well, so that I'll be able to fix in the strap from there. So you guys, like I said, I already marked the strap and I cut the excess out. So I'll be doing the crisscross. I'll actually be crossing it in order to fix it on the gown itself. So I'll be creating an opening from both sides. So I'll go ahead and create an opening. I'll actually open it up a bit from the back side to be able to fix it inside the gown itself. I'll create an opening and then sew from inside and close it back. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. I'm actually done fixing the strap inside the gown. So I'm actually done. You see how the two straps are actually crossing each other? Okay, that's actually how I want it to be. So the next thing I'm going to do is to just iron everything, and then basically the gown is ready. So you see, when I wear it on my body, it's actually going to form that little core effect. It's actually not going to be too much, okay? And that's actually how I want it to be. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also like this video and share it to anyone you know the video will be of help to. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.